we're going to talk about the difference between METs and haven't METs and how to grow your database, because your database is obviously your business. It's where it's coming from. What we want at the end of 2020 is for you to have your database be your absolute referral source. We don't think about it that way, but you're getting referrals from past clients and other agents and whatever. That should be the gift. Your database should be the gift that keeps on giving. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the CRM attached to it and ways to follow up, okay? So here's some stats for you. Only 3% of agents have a database. 97% don't. What's the stat that we always talk about in real estate? 95.5. 95% of the business is typically done by 5% of the agents. It's because most of them have some kind of a database that follows up. Difference between the database is the information goes in. The CRM is some kind of a system that follows up with them. Here's what I would ask. As you're growing your database through 2020, what does your follow-up system currently look like? Both for new leads and for your current clients in there. And I'm going to circle back around, but I want you to rhetorically think about what that looks like. All right, so gives you some predictability. Most of the agents who have them would tell you that they could, at the start of every year, understand how many deals they're going to do from their database. It'd be like if I was a dentist. If I'm a dentist, I know based on how many clients that I have, what my revenue is going to look like because of the amount of times that they're going to be in the office. That's where we want to get with your predictability. I want you to ask, of your sphere of influence, of these 300 people, let's just say, how influential are you over them? Meaning, would all 300 of them, if they were buying or selling, investing in real estate, or referring you, know to call you, know how to find you, know that you're the market expert? That's the rhetorical question for you. That's where we want you to get to be, so that you're posting something on social media every day that they know, hey, Lewis is my guy. Let's do, I'm going to call him. Let's do this. Or you have to call Lewis. Or, all those referrals that come in. Go ahead.
I was just saying that the issue a lot of times with me is just like where you said, is posting on social media. It's just an issue.
Why?
I gotta just get it done. It's just part of me. It's just like every day. Like I have a personality. I have all these other things, but I'm just like, I don't want to get on that social media just to talk about. I don't know. I keep fighting myself over it.
Well, think about this. How are you keeping the information that those people that you have influence over, what information are you keeping from them by not doing that?
Yeah, no, exactly. A lot.
Okay. Yeah. And it could just be a, hey, this is there with you 123 Main Street today on tour. Okay? Or hey, what's a supreme high-end development around here that's gated? Tell me, in Hillsborough, what's one of them that like nobody goes in, nobody has access to?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Just Atherton?
Okay.
I thought you meant like a community.
Person doesn't have access to. There's got to be one around here.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Look at the neighborhoods. There's tons.
Hillsborough.
Hey, Lewis, today I'm, little known Hillsborough neighborhood where the houses are $20 million. I'm going to take you through the neighborhood, show you what it looks like in case you've never seen it. Something of that they would look at, okay? So how influential are you over them? We have this deal that we talk about, 551111. You guys have heard me talk about it before. Social media posts a day. It could be about agent attraction. It could be about interest rates. It could be a squeeze page. It could be your website. It could be a valuation page. It could be all of the above.
And what you're saying is, with the social media post, not a service or someone doing that for you. You're saying you physically
have that be part of your routine. Your natural. These people, after we go through and we define your habit nets, which is some targets for you for 2020, is there somebody who would contribute to your business if you met them? Let's just say it's Elon. How am I going to meet Elon Musk? What does that plan look like? And I'm jumping, I'm going with, but this agent down here who's got a book of 1,000 people, and you go, hey, I want to go meet with this guy. Because you got to friend him, and you got to get content in front of him to the point where he goes, I didn't really know Louis before. He met me, we went to lunch, I liked him, he's a likable guy, and now I see he's posting his listings, he's posting his website, he's posting about the market, he's got some cool videos. Man, I'm going to do some business with him. Think of works with not only business owners, but also with internet leads. Okay, that's where it's now becoming your street credibility. Those who have the most content out there are going to win, and it's free advertising for you too. Okay, both agent attraction wise, LinkedIn, and business owners from LinkedIn, and then also your Facebook, because what we're going to talk about is all these leads that you're getting from, hopefully you're doing the property boost. If not, you guys really are missing out on contacts. It's working really well in Sacramento, the leads that are coming in. It's working really well in Orange County. This is like the tech capital of the world. So think about what, as far as they haven't met, what areas you guys really want to farm. Hey, I want to do business in this area. I don't know, White Oaks and San Carlos. Okay, every house that comes up there, I'm going to boost that. Those same people repetitively who are doing the geo targets are going to see you. Okay, all right. Defined annual goal. They'll give you a defined annual goal, and so the question is here: you have a goal number in your database per year, and here's what happens. And I'm just going to pick on you because you told me 300 people in your database. Every year, that's going to be depleted by 10%. Death, move away. People get other people in the industry. So what you have to think of is, I need to grow my database by 20% annually. So, Louis, if you have 300 peeps,
60.
You got to add 60 people this year. So how do we do that? That's the real question of where we're going. So you've got have not mets, and then you've got your mets. So if you don't have a database right now, where on your phone, all the contacts on your phone list. Number 2, LinkedIn. Did you know that there's a spreadsheet portion of LinkedIn where you can download all of your contacts? Gives you their phone numbers, addresses, email addresses. Facebook has the same feature. You can go through and download your list, and it'll send it to you in a spreadsheet. Okay. Zillow past sales, your MLS for past sales. If you don't have those people in there, your alumni, friends and family, those people that you would invite to your wedding or your funeral. The goal is you got to get all these in a spreadsheet. Once you have them in a spreadsheet and they're tabulated, then you can send them to a virtual assistant. I did this and I paid $400 to have them go through and scrub the list. That's nothing. That's leverage. Spending $400 to get your database on point. Based on
scrub. I understand the concept of scrub, but what did she do to scrub the list?
She put the emails didn't bounce. She went and verified a lot of the data and the information from Facebook that was there. She went through my past MLS sales, all that stuff.
Okay, now.
Okay?
So the contact map that we have does that.
Okay.
So we do it faster by using software.
Okay, I just want to make sure it does the same thing, so.
That's the majority of it.
There's one more, which is your past email accounts. Yahoo's, Gmail's, whatever it is. There's services out there, there's about 4 of them, who if you give them your login information, they'll scrub all of the past emails or whatever's in your inbox and contacts, and they'll come up with a spreadsheet as well.
So we have that ability to actually do all of them, scrub everything off for you, find everything social media about them, connect everything up to your phone everywhere.
Cool. So it's what? It's just a matter of getting the lists together?
No, actually just connecting everything to it.
Really? Yeah, because initially I didn't know that, so what I did was I did the same thing. I paid a VA
Yeah.
to do my Zillow, My other stuff, same thing, they put everything for me, but then they give me that contact.
And then I'll show the mergers, and then which ones you merge and update, and then go from there.
Okay, so cool. Go ahead.
I don't know what it is you're thinking of. I can barely hear over that.
Why don't you come over to that?
Why don't you go and plug it? Then what we're going to do is we're going to import this, right? We're going to import it into your database, whatever you're using. Hopefully it's KV Core. When we're talking about this, though, and I'm going to write these systems down as we're moving along. Number one, KV Core. So, Louis, where are your 60 people going to come from? Give me some ideas.
You can reach out like these attorneys,
Okay.
Whatever, right? Accountants, whatever business to business, right?
So B2B.
Yes.
Corporations, probably one of the most underutilized prospected sources from agents in our industry, which says, hey, what corporations locally can I go do business with? 250 employees, define your corporation. Hey, I want 250 plus employees. Could be right within this, it could be a relo account. You've got 1,000 you can go and prospect to. We're going to talk about how to prospect it in a minute. But so B2B, number 3, a geo farm. Are any of you guys farming right now?
I was supposed to meet Joanne today with geofarming. The only reason I'm saying that is because I spoke to an agent in Florida, and they're all trying to charge a ton of money now. But the new thing is with they can break down the geofarming like to an art. You know what I mean? On like certain sections, like they were showing me on.
Right.
To predict the risky and stuff
Yep.
like that. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
There's a bunch of companies out there, SmartZip and a couple of other ones, and they're predicting the turnover ratios, right? So think about your geo farm, those people, but also that could be an electronic farm. So what we did is there's a company called Cole Realty. Many of you ever to buy all of and then what I've done is I put that into what do they really want to see? Most of them want to see market updates. So we pump them into Altos. Now every week I have a 28,000 emails, market update emails that go to everybody in Granite Bay. Okay? That's how I'm going to take these people. I need another.
Based on what you've done with this whole presentation stuff, remind me that I want to talk to you at the end regarding the Cole Realty also.
Okay. So what we're trying to do here, and you guys have probably seen this at KW before, we're trying to take these have not met people, which is the whole world, and all of these sources that we're going to talk about here. See our agent? We're going to take all these the goal is to get them into our inner circle. As we peel this onion, we're going to dive deeper in here and how to drive them in. So GeoFarm, we're sending those touches out. Could be a targeted business. So you say, what's outside of a corporation, which would be the HR person here, you have 250 employees, how can we do business together? What this targeted business would look like is of San Francisco Airport. They've got a huge contingency of employees here. Could I saying, airline employees, we love for you. Okay? Facebook special Facebook program, and you can get I'm giving you like the 30,000 foot view, but you get it, right? You can target these people through social media, through geographic targeting as well. Hey, if you got a Facebook client and you say, hey, I'm going to get commission, would you do that? Maybe. Would your lender come in and help pay for half the ad and give them a free appraisal? I don't know. Those are things that you're going to have to go out and do, but this is what I mean by targeted business. agent to agent. Probably, will it stay open or?
Yeah, push it, no problem. Right there. Oh, other side.
Huh?
Push it in. This way.
Bring it towards us.
Bring it towards us. Here.
Oh, I
I did it to you.
Good.
Oh, the heater just turned off too.
Yeah.
Good.
The only thing is, do we wanna, cause, alright,
Let's see.
I was gonna say, now that we open the door, the heater's gonna return on because it's.
It should be okay. This is mostly.
Can we unplug it?
Plug it back in.
I'll wear my beach shorts in here next time.
Yeah.
Anyway, agent to agent campaign. So, what does this look like? For us, MailChimp, we have a database of 8,000 agents that we send from Sacramento to the Bay Area. Hey, 25% referral for clients relocating from Sacramento. We know right now people are relocating from here, California. They're going to 3 places: Arizona, Nevada, Texas, and Idaho is a close fourth. But those are the stats, right? So maybe what you do, there's a website you can go to, I think, and about 100,000 email addresses for agents for $199. MailChimp no longer will work for all those. So we're still using MailChimp for the specific.
I want to work for them.
It's too much money for the volume. So there's another web service that we've just hired, and they're called Clickback. We're starting with 80,000. So you start huge, right? So this is going to be 80K right now. Your targeted businesses, how many could that be? You could do 3. Your GeoFarm, that's 500 homes. 250 corporations, and you could identify 30 people that you want to go out and meet and have a business relationship with. So let's just start further. Is it hard if your schedule is tight to go and meet with these people, to do pop buys, to prospect them, to try and get in relationship with them? That's the goal. These are the things that are going to take these have-not people, have-not-mets, and get them into your database and get you 30 more people to add. To be honest with you, 30 is probably not enough. You know, you're going to need more people. If you said, hey, help me with my business, I want to double my business, the first thing I'm going to say is double your database, double your content that's going out to them. We've talked before, you guys have insurance guys or CPAs. How many times did they hit you last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so where's their value? Meaning, if you got a call, you're way overpaying. We could save you 15% in 5 minutes. You're thinking, okay, maybe I'll give it a go. If you could save me money, let's try it. However, if your insurance guy had taken you to lunch, called you on your birthday, knew when your anniversary was, commented on your or liked your posts on social media, sent you a postcard, invited you to a mixer, you're way less apt to take the immediate sale. Here's the deal about the immediate sale. You go into Nordstrom. What happens? How can I help you? Shitty sales skills. Number 1, most of the time. It should be not a yes or no question. It should be, hey, I see you're in the shoe department. Black or brown shoes. Are you looking at price? Right? I have a great pair of brown shoes over here. Let me show them to you, right? Yes or no. However, I'm not going there. What I'm saying is they say, you say, well, no, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
Okay? No, I'm just looking. Okay, great. Now, 5 minutes later, you're out. You've accomplished your goal. Time is money. Okay? The sales value. That's where you have to get with these people, so that when they're ready to buy or sell, they say, I got to call Matthew, because Matthew sent me a post. Matthew did all these things to develop the relationship. Huge missing void in most agents' business, because what the client is going to do is write the offer for me. Come look at my house. You get the importance of the CRM follow-up to the database, but also these are all referral sources. You know what the percentage of referrals that this came from for realtors last year? 86%. Allied resource, company, or personal referral. This is where we have to focus. Let's keep going. Another one is online leads. Online leads. You could have a demographic farm. What would that community? I speak North Korean. Just kidding. What other demographic farms could it be? Could be, hey, I'm going after 55 and over. Hey, I'm going after first-time home buyers. I'm going after college kids. Okay? You could be doing social media boosts. For sale by owners, for some of you, we're hitting the expired market really high. Now, you might think, well, go and look at how many expireds there might be around. It would probably surprise you. It's because they got. I looked at a listing the other day in Daly City. The real estate agent took a picture inside of his car. You could see his car window. You know, I'm going, dude, really? So agents suck. That's what happens with expired. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the house sometimes.
Yeah, no, I was saying even like if you look at some of the highest grossing agents where they're always, we sell above and all this, they have like a high turnover too because they're getting so much business. They're also making promises that.
I'll be honest with you.
You get what I mean? They're probably like 8 out of 10 of those are not. I'm saying 20% also are not closing. So.
MREA, yes, MREA says it's 65%. For me, that's about it. That's about it in Sacramento too. We take a lot of listings. I think I've got 15 listings right now. You know, it's because of the 6 factors: access, price, condition, location, agent, and timing. If a house doesn't sell, it's one of those 6. So, you can have a conversation with the expired. Hey, dude, everything was good. Your price was even okay. But the pictures, the agent's responsibility is marketing and exposure. The agent's not doing that. Or if you got tenants in there, you can't get access. You're screwed. So for whatever reason, one of those, sometimes these don't sell. At any rate, that could be a niche for somebody, or for somebody that you're working with, an agent that you hire. Okay, this could be LinkedIn. This could be luxury. You could be going after the luxury market. You could go divorce. So, and there's a ton more here, right? But what you should walk away here is, if I'm adding 60 people next year, where are they going to come from? And pick 3 of these. And then the number one, that open house, right? So what happens to these after we identify them? I'm gonna kill some trees today. We identify what it all plays in. We've got to start a touch campaign. What's a touch?
Whatever it may be, whether email, phone call.
Yeah. So how many touches did you send into the world today in your business? That's the question.
Well, it's supposed to be increase. You used to say you've got to touch them 37 times a year.
Yeah, I would say at least 50. There's more agents, the market's hot, people are less patient. If you're not in front of your client, if you're not in front of your sphere of influence or client, at least something, one time a week. They're not going to read the content if it's an email, just so come on. Number, boom, subject line. They don't So out of your database and in your haven't met database, how many touches are going out to bring you what's next? To bring you the number of contacts that you need to what? To have them become a lead so that you can get an appointment. And in between here, guess what happens? You got to nurture them. So for those people who you've brought in your funnel and they've contacted you or they've registered online and then they've registered online and they come back and they say, okay, you and I want to buy. What happens between here? We got to have a plan to get in front of them, to move them from a number 1 position on I want to buy or sell to number 10. So we can come back and talk about the 8x8 letter. But leads, appointments, and what happens? And closings. And that's for the typical buyer or seller. Right? So what's the Does the touch stay the same?
Well, yeah, you keep hitting them, you gotta constantly.
Hey, I want to meet give me some business.
So like,
HR at Netflix.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
A personal letter, a service brochure. I got to send them something to the point where they raise their hand. There's some kind of curiosity that happens. Contacts, and keep this in mind in your marketing materials is one thing. I'm curious about your service. I'm curious about buying real estate. I'm curious. Then they'll fill out the form and contact you. So your messages must have some form of curiosity attached to them. Same thing when you're prospecting needs. HR at Netflix, send them a thank you card. I really want to meet this guy. Oh, preferred agent. Better people who are coming from and drive them around. What is that curiosity? But ultimately, send them the touch. They become a contact. They become a lead for your have not met system. Now you got to get them in an appointment. Now, what are you going to say at the appointment? You got around for a while. I say, hey, tell me about your business. You say, oh, what are your what are your wins?
Right? Yeah. On the restaurant, right?
Okay,
Yeah, the challenge is getting new customers to my door.
perfect. Okay, and I'm having a shitty problem. I'm shitty staff. That's an organizational problem. Okay, it could be though that you go back and you say, as part of that lead generation tool, just like an agent, hey man, why don't we work a graphic designer over and work up a couple of different things on your menu?
Sure, got it.
Do you have a touch point system for your past clients or customers?
Nope.
No. Okay, great. Are you running any type of business?
Yeah, happy hour.
Okay, so those we can have with them, not even talking about real estate. You're finding the need with these B2B people. That's the specific thing. We'll go back and talk to the insurance guy. Insurance professional. How many times have you hit your clients last year? Meaning, how many touches did you send out?
Most of the time they do those things responsibly.
Okay,
Once a month.
once a month. Is that enough?
No.
Okay. What if we talked about ways to increase your touch system so that we could potentially get you more clients and referrals next year? When's the last time you asked your database for referrals for their family for insurance? Okay. See how anybody, if I know the four business methods, which is it's right in the MREA: lead gen, organization, who does what, How much money do I make? Economic model and budget. What are you doing with it? How are you reinvesting your money? Where do you want to grow next year? Do you want to open up a satellite office? I'm having that business conversation with them. What does it do for them? Helps them grow. For 3 reasons. Lewis, because I know you're a kick-ass agent. I'm not expecting anything back from you. I'm going to refer to this client because I know you're going to take great care of them.
And that's what I was gonna say, yeah, it's not sometimes all about money for them, it's just,
Correct.
make sure their clients taken care of.
Let's refer business back and forth together. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Perfect. And the third is this, that because you're bringing value to them. It's the most underrated way to gain influence and referrals from somebody. Go in there with the thought process is, how can I help you grow your business? Now, you've got to have a little bit of network set up to do that. Hey, get a hold of my virtual assistant. She's going to help you import your data. Come with me to a networking event. I want to introduce you to, 30 of my clients. Hey, can I post on your group page on Facebook? Now I get access to their clients. That's where you're going with this, okay? All right. So, we talked about the accounts pyramid before, but this plays into your database, which taking all of these and saying, okay, I need to get in business with 10 corporations. I need to get in business with 30 B2B people. I need to have my database of my top 25, 50, or 100. And ultimately, everybody else is just a prospect that I meet along the way from one of these. Where does your core business come from here? Right here. Your B2B and your database, right? That is it. This is 86% of the business. This is another 10, and this is about 4. Okay, so this is what we call the accounts pyramid. If you want this, it's in Workplace. The systems that Altos for market updates, Clickback, LinkedIn, Facebook, okay. One more thing. I'm going to go back here. I put 30 here. You need to classify these as whales. These are whales. These are people who are huge in the industry, who are influential, who have a huge book of business, who are icons. And you go, I need to go meet this person. Who's the number one lender around? Agent, or who's the mortgage professional? Who is it?
I mean, I use Brandon Graham.
I don't know.
But I mean, your wife is a
She's very good. But who is the go-to lender here? Who's doing 300 units a year?
No idea.
That's what you got to find out. Who's the number one financial planner around? Who's got the most more under contract? Who's the best CPA? Who's doing returns for highly wealthy individuals? There's a little bit. You guys are building a business, right? And you got to go and find out who those whales are that you need to meet. Number one. I mean, we could go down the list. You get it? That if they're going to give you 5 or 6 deals potentially a year. That's what you're looking for. All right? I'm going to paraphrase here. Okay. So here's the system that's working with us. I'll write it down up here, and then we're going to talk about conversational layering, and then I'm done.
Later too.
Huh?
They could do all this stuff later too.
We're going to burn these. When you think about your follow-up, and this is for everything, but I want you to think specifically for online leads. Why does everybody say online leads suck? What? Because the conversion ratio is typically so low. What does that mean? Okay. Do most of them have a system? Okay. This is the system that you need.
You pay for it and then they don't contact them. That's the system.
Well, I mean, sucks, man. Well, do you have a really great follow-up system for it? Hit them with the cold text. With a in helping first-time home buyers. I specialize in helping people. Here's my experience. I've helped over 700 families. I would love you. Boom. Link in every text. You text them that video of yourself. Text video. Number 2, email them right away. Hey, with a template. So if we get an online lead, here's what it looks like. They get a service brochure with my PDF that goes out to them immediately. And it says, hey, thanks for reaching out. I specialize in helping buyers and sellers. Whatever. Template. I forget. 3 is a phone call. 4, Facebook friend number. 5, LinkedIn number. Why do we want to do that? Because these things have this thing. These things, yes, you go back. In addition to the social media posts, that now that they're friends, they see your posts, they see your new listings, they see you're out and about. By the way, everything that you do in real estate, I'm going on touring, I'm going on a listing. You are like I said when I was here last time. You got to think of yourself like I just hired you from the local news to give me a half an hour show of yours at the 5 o'clock news. That's what people want. You think no, they're not going to watch it. On $10 listings. Am I right? Get yourself a little video cutter on your phone. It's super simple. Are you gonna have to spend an hour in learning it? Yeah, maybe. But you edit it really quickly and you over $1 million site. That's the content that they're looking for. Other than that, if they friend you, now you have a way to message them. Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn Messenger. Boom. Another media to be able to touch them. Okay. Here's the extra credit here. You get their work information. What can you do with their work information? Even if they're a buyer, you can mail them something. Say, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, expendable time. The mail comes. What is this? This is like the service brochure. This is like hey, I've been looking to try and connect with you. Call me. Here's my card. Okay? I can connect with them via mail. That is all what you have to do outside of the system. What KV Core will do for you on top of this. Search alert. Market update. Campaign. And it will actually help you connect directly via Facebook or LinkedIn if you're not able to find them organically. All those property boosts, they're coming from Facebook. So the people who are on there have a Facebook channel, right? Yeah. So we got to connect with that. And the system will do more things, but the goal here is that you're bringing value here and you're connecting your brand and name on the organic side. That for agents in my organization who are buying the online property boosts and using this method to follow up on them. 100 leads. I just talked to Angie about this. We did 100, let's just use this, 100 touches. We ran those ads. We got 100 people between running the ads that came back as, or random touches, contacts. 38 of them raised their hand and reached back and said, or say, or whatever. These are results.
So they were touched several times.
They were,
Beforehand,
but
technically.
they were touched several times.
Yeah.
100 people who filled out the online lead stuff. And between most 15 days after. Okay?
Yeah, that's
38 of them. I want to come to the open house. I want to do what? 12. Okay, I'm thinking about buying or selling. She got 4 appointments out of those.
wow.
That's the system. Okay? So, add 60 people to our database. She just added 100. Guess what it cost her? $180. 3 different 1-week ad buys. $180 all day. You'd pay that. All day. Okay?
$1.80 per week.
Yeah.
And plus you compare it over time, the 100 space in building,
Yeah, you know, even in your
they keep touching them and look over time.
So here's the goal of our database, right?
and I'm sorry, those were buyer, from,
Single property website boosts.
from one of the listings, right?
This is the question is though, is if you're going to do an open house there, you boost it before. These leads that come back in, now you can actually call them and say, hey, this is Lewis, and I'm actually going to be at the property on Sunday from 12 to 4. Would love to see you there. I'll have a letter. You know, I'm talking to you. Boom. That's another touch that may get you the face-to-face. Okay? So maximize how you're using those boosts. If you're, like I said, if you're targeting a certain area, every listing that comes up in your geofarm should be boosted. Think about it strategically. The goal, all of this is said and done, to add, so we can get a predictable number of referrals that are coming in. If Matthew, go sphere of influence. Sphere of influence. Go and phone them. Go and invite them to a mixer. Go and email them right now, or go and send them a card of your most recent listing. This is actually mail. In the mail. Or a birthday. You could do it. That's the goal of the database. There's a bunch of messing up.
Our question comes back to this, like, how do you get, as a solo agent, they're starting off, or if they're trying to ramp back up again, how do they get this all done? Because most agents feel overwhelmed by just looking at this.
There's nothing wrong with being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You're building a franchise,
Yeah.
right?
And then they
It's
shut down.
But you have to do it. You have to build the account pyramid. People, you know, Matthew, business is just going to fall on your lap. If you want to get fish, you got to go out there and put your lines out. Those are your lines. These are the different ponds that we got to fish in. Got to put a line in all of them. But every day, you know, it is overwhelming. But there's a start point, and the start point simply is who are the top.
So you have your lead sheet, right?
Yes.
And do you have a checklist for this, like as a reminder, like here's a sheet that you should do every day for everything?
Yes.
Is your
It's you got to simplify it down to the base, okay? Which is, am I making 5 new contacts every day?
Yeah, but as a reminder, like, oh yeah, I should be following up with all these categories.
You got to pick your categories every day. Here's the problem with most real estate agents is they go, I'm going to call this person, and then I'm going to call this person, and then it's like telling your kids, hey, go and swimming and golfing. No, if I come in on Monday, I'm going to focus specifically on my LinkedIn connections. If I come in on Tuesday, it's going to be social media, and Wednesday, it's business to business, and Thursday, because I get into a flow of it.
So you're creating a theme. And then,
You're creating a theme.
Yeah.
You're getting into the flow. Now, by the time my dial expires for 2 hours, I'm in a comfort spot. I know the objections. If I'm dialing expireds and FISBOs and trying to make an appointment with B2B and go to social media, there's no focus there. Yeah, there's no laser. So what you need to do, to be quite honest, is say, okay, for 2020, here are the 5 sources, and I'm going to focus on Monday doing my social media posts. I'm going to create the content for them. That way they're ready to go all week. And once you do a template of it, it's easy to go in and amend it and change it. And, on Tuesday, I'm going to go and, work on luxury homes. On Wednesday, I'm going to focus on my geofarm, my corporation, my business, my past client, my agent-to-agent campaign. That's the way it has to start. And then you just say, okay, going back to your challenge, I know I need to make 5 new connections, and I need to follow up with 5 people. My new connection Monday is for sale by owners. Are my database from LinkedIn. I'm going to call and connect with 5 people that I know on LinkedIn. And on Tuesday, I'm going to do, a targeted business, and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to go back and call my past clients. So that in your mind, you know who my new contacts have to be every day and who my follow-up calls have to be with every day. That will hopefully focus you in on growing your database. Okay?
Okay.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of work, but you have to take an hour out every day and work on this. In my calendar, I did it at the end of the day, or I still do it at the end of the day. If you look on my calendar, it has business growth time. So I'm working on something. I'm working on the agent-to-agent campaign. I'm working on revamping my listing presentation. I'm working on this. Something that moves the ball forward in my deliverables.
Yeah.
This moves the ball forward. Hey, I'm going to go in and create these lists. Okay?
And most agents don't focus on business improvement, improving their deliverables. They focus on, working and trying to sell, but there's not a general focus on targets and creating new lines. Their focus is on, I'm just going to keep calling these same 100 people every day, and they're not going to do any business, so I'm just going to keep calling them because I'm busy.
Exactly. And think, if you were saying, if I said, hey, you're going to go build a copy business, selling copy machines, okay, how would you do that? Would you focus on selling one copy machine to one small business owner?
No, you try to hopefully printers, right, or whatever.
You would go to the corporations, right? And you would stop worrying about these single cells. Because, there's more money here. The problem is, what's easier? The single cell is easier. But if you go and you build the account, that's long-term freedom. I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday who was thinking about coming over. Man, I thought that real estate was going to be freedom and I could have my independent schedule and this and that. And I said, that's why most agents fail. There's no freedom until you get success. Then once you get success, you can have freedom. In the interim, it's business building. And it's liberating. Once you have all these things, then we know right now, and this you what the idea of it is right now we know from our database it's going to kick out 30 deals for us a year. That's predictability. That when we predictability. That's where you want that. You could sell that. You know, I could say, hey, Louis, you want to? It's going to kick those. You may gain some of those from referrals because that I built. Okay. Cool.
And then, most agents want to know like what kind of systems they're using to help you do this, or you're doing it all manually.
Well, there is. Where's the one I just had? This is what it looks like. This is manual. Yeah, here's what I want to look at a car.
Yeah.
Okay? Or let's say I go in and you're the salesperson,
Yeah.
and I look at the car. I get home, you started me on a drip campaign. You like that? Do I like that?
It's not personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? This is personal. The email comes from you, not from your system. The text comes from you, not your system. You could set it up that way. Your conversion ratio is going to get way higher this way. This is a checklist. I know you want to box it into a system. This is a checklist on your lead tracker. Did I text them? Did I email them? Did I give them a phone call? Did I personally go in and Facebook them and LinkedIn them? Did I send them, if they said yes, did I send them a message? Did I write them a personal thank you card? And did I send them something personalized through the mail? What do you, nurture, this needs to be connect. Once you have all this, how are you connecting with them? That's really what I want if I'm buying a car from you. You call me and you say, dude, I know this is a great buddy of mine. Now I've triangled for trust and I'm connecting. Hey, I didn't know you were from Oklahoma. I didn't know you used to work here. I didn't know we share the same birth date or girlfriends. It's a joke, man. So this has to be, or this is why there's no system that will take place of this. If I go back and I say 86% of the time, it's from referral. Referral is not a system. We are still in a relationship business. We are in a relationship business. So we connect organically, and then our system helps us to implement that 50 touch program where they're getting market updates, where they're getting properties that they like, and where we can connect with them via Facebook and LinkedIn, and we're staying connected.
Okay, so for example, who's setting up research alerts for each client? Are you
Me.
doing it?
Whoever the agent is.
And then the market update alert, the campaign, and then adding them to Facebook and LinkedIn, right? So you have all you. And then what kind of campaigns are you using?
That we built one.
You built one.
Yeah.
Just
But
one
the
for-
default, here's the deal about campaigns. They don't fucking work anyway.
Yeah, most of them.
Right? So all you got to do is go in and change the subject line. You go in and you look at the campaign click rate, they're not going to click on them. But you get that touch. Boom. Angela. Okay, cool. She won't leave me alone.
But she just wanted us to think of you if they want to buy it.
That's it.
It was just like the cookies they use where you look something up and now you see it, right? Where you're like, that's popping up. Some people will be like, oh my God, it's a sign. Well, no, they're just tracking you, man.
Well, you're going to get some to being way more aggressive than way more passive. Because I'm in control. If they're not. Meaning, I'm not in control of them if, I haven't hit them with a touch for 5 and they go to the open house and write the offer. I lost control.
One thing you can do to make it a little easier is, like, for me, I would create an action plan inside the newsletter. The action plan basically lists out to do this every single lead you get. Most agents will feel overwhelmed by that list, even though they know they should do it on paper. Same list. When they see those notifications,
I have the same problem.
Yeah.
Most salespeople, super disorganized.
Yep.
That's me. So you either have to get to a point where you can hand it off or dilute it to the simplest point. For me, this is the simplest point.
Most people just switch back.
What's that?
For example, most agents I know would just skip all that and just not do it, even though they know they need to do it. They just
It's 'cause
skip
they're
it.
lazy. I'm here. This is like cold fusion. Okay? Giving you the $180 to get 4.
So this recipe does work, and if you do this and track it with the numbers accounts, like if you know your true conversion ratio of your performance based on statistics of your how many people do you need to make permits? When you talk to these permits, how many you actually help get a deal done and close? If you know those numbers, you can actually predict your income per year because you know how many permits you need. On average, a good agent makes about 110 contacts.
Exactly. Take that to the next level. If you build a pyramid of accounts through your database, you will also have the same number of predictability. Just like I was saying, I'm going to do 30 deals for my sphere of influence. If I want to add 20 deals this year, there's a new recipe that I can go in here and say, okay, here's what it's going to cost me. Here's the leverage that I need to bring on board, organization, and we're going to get our appointments through this system. And maybe I go, okay, well, hey, and I'm going to take 50% of it, other percent of it, I just have to adjust the cost.
So agents want to do this, right? But sometimes agents don't even lead generate at all day because they get busy with permits, they get busy with appraisals, inspections, and they have personal things and they forget about doing that.
It's being
They're not top blocking.
non-disciplined is what it is.
They want their freedom,
Okay.
but they don't want their discipline.
So here's the way you have to think about it. You have a kid, right?
Yep.
What? How? Okay, 2 kids. How old?
3.5 and 50 days.
Okay, when they're 6 years old, 7 years old, and they go to kindergarten, and they've been there a week, and you know you have to pick them up at 2:30,
Yep.
and you're not there at 2:30, what happens?
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
your kid's standing there on the curb going, "Where's Daddy?"
Yep.
You have to treat your prospecting business just like the curb. If you miss the time, you got to think about your prospecting. Put your prospecting, your business, on the face of your kid. Your kid is sitting there at 2:30 in the afternoon and nobody is there to pick them up. That's the emotional connection that you have to treat, the discipline that you give your prospecting time. If it's not, I don't care what happens with the rest of your life in that kid, or you're sending somebody else to pick it up if it's a true emergency, regardless of anything else that happens. No, I gotta go meet them. No, I gotta go to this client or go to this. Same thing with prospecting. 9:30 is, that's the intensity. And here's why most agents don't prospect. They're not organized enough to know who they're gonna call or what they're gonna say.
They don't have a clean database either, or they haven't. They don't even want to look at the database.
So think about prospecting like this. Who am I gonna call today? That league hitter and showing up without your glove and no bat. You get there early, you're ready to go, you know what the game plan is, what time the game starts, and boom, you're off and running. This will help you get to that point where you know, okay, like we were talking about, Monday, today I'm going to call expireds, and I'm going to call past clients. And here's the 5, and here's the 5. Here are the 5 things that I need to do today.
And some agents,
That compounds on itself. For instance, 2 hours a day, Thursday, Friday, that's 10 hours. You miss one day, you've cut your income by 20%. You miss 2 days of prospecting, you're at 60%. Tenacity that you have to drive your business to get more leads. I get it, guys. Here's should be the epiphany for you. If I said, we are going to meet here, bring your lists in, and every time we get an appointment, we're going to ring the bell. In a month, you would have a full pipeline.
Yep. You will.
So it's about committing to
Process.
the process and lack of freedom.
Great.
I mean,
think
that's
most agents need to learn how to be just not comfortable with doing it because, for example, most agents want to just focus on I want to clean my list, I want to organize my list. I don't even want to call these people, or else I want to have who to call first before just call. Doesn't matter,
you're
just call.
exactly right, man.
Yeah.
And here's why: because most of the time the agent doesn't know what to say to bring value to the client. They think it's a sales call. They don't want to be sold. Nobody wants to be sold. So when you're making these calls, what's your value proposition? If they're your past clients, here could be one. Louis, I haven't talked to you in 4 years, dude. I've done a shitty job at staying connected to you, and I'm sorry. But here's the deal. I pulled up the tax records and saw that you haven't refinanced since you bought the house back in 2016. And I remember just vaguely your rate's about 5. If you refinance it today, it's about 3, 3.5. You got equity. You don't have any connect you with the lender. Saves them $1,000 a month. That phone call saves them $1,000 a month.
Yep.
Okay? That's the value you got to bring in. B2B, same thing. Hey, I just want to learn about your business. Matthew, I've seen we've been connected on LinkedIn for the past 2 years. I don't know you, but based on your posts, you look like a very reputable person.